Chapter 6196. Jacob was so annoyed that he came back within a few hours of landing. How could he have the chance to go to places? Now that the driver was chanting a few words, he felt even more annoyed, so he asked him angrily, "Can you stop chatting with me?" The taxi driver said angrily, "If I don't chat with customers, why am I driving a taxi? Besides, why you would take a taxi and not chat with the driver?" Jacob opened his eyes and asked him angrily, "I said I am tired and want to sleep for a while. Do you still have to talk to me?" The driver muttered in disappointment, "I don't have to say it, so I won't tell you if you want to rest." "That's right, right? After all, the company said during the training that in our business, customers come first. When customers turn on the air conditioner, we must not just open the windows. If customers let us go down the aisle, we must not get on the expressway. Customers." Jacob felt desperate and simply closed his eyes and ignored him. After finally reaching the entrance of the Antique Street, Jacob paid the money and escaped from the car, then walked towards Antique Street. Because he was wearing a mask, he was not recognized by anyone when he entered the street. When he arrived at the door of Liangyun's store, he found that Liangyun's store was already overcrowded. Mostly customers came to pay to appraise antiques. Jacob was embarrassed to go in at this time, so he squatted on the roadside for more than an hour until Liangyun had sent all the customers away. And then he mustered up the courage to come to the door of the store. When Liangyun saw someone pushing the door open, he said, "I'm sorry, the store is closed today. If you want to appraise the collection, come here early tomorrow. Only 80 numbers tokens will be released." Jacob ducked in. In the store, he took off his mask and said nervously, Hello, Boss Jew, it's me, Jacob." Liangyun raised his head and looked at Jacob. He was stunned at first, and then asked, pretending to be curious, "Mr. Wilson, what are you doing here? You want to take things back, right?" No, Jacob waved his hands quickly and said, "How can I ask you to take things back? I rushed back from Dubai to apologize to you." "Apologize?" Liangyun smiled slightly and asked directly, "Mr. Wilson came back because of Irvin's statement, right?" He had no nerve to deny it, so he nodded and said, "Yes." Liangyun said calmly, "I benefited from this matter in the end, so there is no need to apologize." Jacob hadn't come to his senses yet, thinking that he was saying that he didn't need to apologize. He pretended to be polite, so he quickly took out his mobile phone, found the transfer record, handed it over hurriedly, and said respectfully, "Boss Jew, I know you must be very angry. After all, I did something unkind. But I have also realized my mistake. In order to show my attitude of knowing my mistakes and correcting them, I donated all the 300,000 yuan to the Aurus Hill Charity Foundation. I also hope that you will see that I took the initiative to admit my mistakes and return the capital with profits. For the sake of donating them all, please ignore by transgression, let alone bring this matter to the police." After saying that, he hesitated again and again but still didn't have the nerve to kneel down. So he simply gave Liangyun a deep bow. He bowed carefully, then put his hands in front of him, looking at Liangyun anxiously, waiting for his statement. Liangyun looked at the transfer record on Jacob's phone, handed the phone back to him, and said with a smile, "Mr. Wilson, I'm not being polite to you. I'm really not angry, not at all. And I said, to be honest, I didn't plan to call the police from the beginning to the end." Jacob was stunned and asked subconsciously, "You really didn't plan to call the police?" Liangyun nodded and said seriously, "I really didn't plan to call the police." After saying that, Liangyun added, "Think about it, the entire Antique Street knows that I made 20 million by picking up missing items. Once Irvin's WeChat post was posted, everyone also knew the ins and outs of this matter. They all say privately that you are money-spreading boys sent by the god of wealth. If I call the police to get you arrested at this time, the entire Antique Street will think that I am unscrupulous. Besides, this is what I have done in the antique business. After many years, I know the rules of our industry, so I can't trouble the police for this matter. Not to mention that I won't call the police if I make money. Even if I really lose 300,000 yuan, I won't call the police. Jacob was instantly relieved. In one breath, what he was most afraid of was that he would be imprisoned if he did not get rehabilitated. Now with Liang Yun's sincere answer, he could rest assured. However, just when he breathed a sigh of relief, he suddenly realized something. Since Liang Yun was not prepared to call the police from the beginning to the end, wasn't his donation of 300,000 in vain? Thinking of this, he almost broke down and cursed secretly. DMN, my hands are really itchy. Why were I so eager to donate money? I should have donated in a hurry and waited to see Liang Yun's attitude before making a decision. Immediately, an anxious Jacob took his phone away from Liang Yun. Couldn't wait to find the 24-hour donation hotline of Aurus Hill Charity Foundation and call them directly. As soon as the call went through, the operator on the other side said politely, "Hello, this is the Aurus Hill Charity Foundation. What can I?" Jacob didn't wait for the other party to finish speaking and asked impatiently, "What, you don't have anything to do today, talking at such lengths? I made a mistake and donated 300,000 yuan to your foundation. Can you return the money to me?"